Next stop on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to New Hampshire National Speedway. It's the running of the Lenox Industrial Tools 300, stock number 15, or stock number 19 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Should be a good race here today. At the track called the Magic Mile. Here. On the pole for this race at 132 miles an hour is Charles Jackson, car number 6. Alongside of him in the 25, it's Tanner Doobie. Row number 2 has Ryan Richards in 75. Beside him, the 43 of Mike Becker. Row number 3 has Dylan Young in the 2 and the 68 of Jeremy Doobie, one of the hot drivers in the series in the middle of the point of the season. Row number 4 has Andy Timmons in the 7 and Super Shears, Dougie Shears in row number 4. Row number 5 is the 66 of Luke Walker and the 18 of Leia Walker, and all Walker 5th row. And here comes the command to fire them up here at the Magic Mile of New Hampshire.
Drivers, start your engine!
Man, giving the fired engines. Row number 6, the defending race winner, Johnny Gardner, number 42, who's looking to turn his season around. He has 30-something in the standings right now. 31st, I think. Beside him is Stephanie Naylor in car number 26, the winner at Kentucky. Row number 7 has Keith Batson, the Michigan winner in the 28, and the 22 of Cody Lamas. Then it's Seth Cole in the 52 and the 30 of Jasmine Acosta in row number 8. Pace car goes on the pit road. The field being led by Charles Jackson, a Ford Chevy front row. As the green flag waves, we're underway here at New Hampshire. Jackson pulling up to a lead right now. Here comes Ryan Richards on the inside, number 75. Another driver looking to turn the season around. He is way back in the standings right now in the points. The Valvoline Pontiac going inside of Tanner Doobie for second place now as he has Dylan Young helping him in the 2. But Charles Jackson will lead the first lap of the event. And, bouncing off each other right there. We got... Everybody seemed to save it right. At least no yellow. So some wall scraping going on early in the event. As Charles Jackson still leads the event here. He led the first lap of the event. Number 6, Strolight Ford. Looking to get his first win of the season. Almost got it back at the Pepsi 400 at Daytona, the last race on the tour. And the yellow flag waves, and it was Daniel Day, number 1, that spun. So caution number 1 comes out on lap number 2 of the event. Actually, it was not Daniel Day who crashed to cause the yellow flag. Let's see what happened. I might have a hunch it was Bad Luck Llamas. I think maybe. Nope. It wasn't Llamas. It was John Lena in the 44. Pichu London, and Don Pote got together. Rohit Vanderby almost got turned around and spun. Rohit saved it. But then Pichu, he spins. Tim Feigl spins in the 17. Joshua Michaels in the 14. He spins out. Several cars in a complete stop. Adrian Becker, she crashed. Oh my gosh. Daniel Day, he slams into Pichu London in the 94. And Daniel gets hit from behind by Dalton Day in the 20. Whew. Yeah, Tim Feigl and Batson and Jessica Shelton, they all got through barely. So a mess on the front stretch on the second lap to bring out the yellow flag. And we're getting set for the race start here. Charles Jackson out in front. Car number 6, the Strolight Ford, leads the race. Ryan Richards runs second. Third, Dylan Young. Fourth place right now is Tanner Doobie. And fifth is Andy Timmons with Luke Walker 6th. Johnny Gardner 7th. Jeremy Doobie 8th. Keith Batson 9th. And championship leader Mike Becker in 10th place. The green flag waves. We're back underway on lap number 7. And Charles Jackson gets a good start. He, Richards, and Dylan Young all get past Dylan. Nope. Dylan Young didn't actually save it all the way get past Daniel Day, and here comes the battle for the lead. Ryan Richards inside of Charles Jackson for the #1 spot. Been kind of a miserable season for Ryan Richards, as I said. He's back about 27th in the points, I think. We'll have to double check on that. But Richards looking to get his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series win. He's a rookie in this series, running for Rookie of the Year along with Chris Washer and Jessica Shelton and several others. Dylan Young going inside of his buddy Charles Jackson in the 6. Pontiac on the inside, Ford on the outside. Jackson was our pole sitter for the event. He's dropping back just a little bit, hung on the outside. He and Andy Timmons both. And oh, Luke Walker's around. Car number 6. And he saved it somehow. So we're still great. Nope, now we're under yellow. And oh, it's Joshua Osborne. In the Ford has spun. And he ain't the only one. Joshua's got some heavy damage on the #4 car. His bad luck continues in the middle of the season. Joshua Michaels and Chris Washer. And we was just talking about Chris Washer here in a minute. They're looking for one of those running for Rookie of the Year. And I think Osborne got involved in a bit of a brake check with he and Daniel Day in the 1 and Dougie Shears in the 11. And Jessica Shelton, yeah. She has blatantly dumped Joshua Osborne and just sent him hard in the wall in the 4. That sent Osborne into a slide. And then there's where Chris Washer got into a... So it was separate incidents, actually, at really... Yeah, Tim Feigl turned into Nick Baxter and sent Nick into Chris Washer and sent him spinning around. And Pete Shue London nails him. Joshua Michaels, he spins as well in the 14. On board with Joshua Osborne in the 4. And drives away PO'd, I would imagine. Say he and Jessica Shelton's going to have some words in the garage area for sure. From Jessica Shelton's view. And that very much told the tale of the crash for sure. She's riding all over the back she was riding all over the back of the damaged car of Pete Shue London. So yeah, Shelton's still in the race though. She's in the running 27th right now. Pace car looks off on the pit row. We're getting ready for green flag racing here on lap number 14 of the event. Almost halfway home here at New Hampshire. Ryan Richards continues to lead the event. Green flag back underway. Dylan Young in second. Charles Jackson right now in third. As Jackson and Daniel Day get side-by-side racing here. And oh, Keith Batson's around. Car 28. And he saves it. Andy Timmons way up high. Oh, this is not going to be pretty coming out turn 4. Tanner W was sideways coming out down the... And oh, Seth Cole's around! And into the wall he goes. And the yellow flag flies once again. Can't even get any green flag runs here. Kyle Sosnowski. He's damaged up. So is Rohit Baderview in the 90. And Sosnowski may have been involved in that little... Nope. It wasn't Kyle Sosnowski that got involved in this whole deal. Yeah, Keith Batson, he got involved in some little dust up there on the backstretch. He was running pretty good. He was running in the 5th position when this all happened. Yeah, Andy Timmons got into Daniel Day and sent Daniel into Keith Batson and sent Keith around and right in front of Andy Timmons, who bulldozes him. And many drivers checking up. Now, I thought right here that we were going to have a giant crash here. Except all we had was a sideways bout with Tanner Doobie in the 25 car. But that little dust-up was just enough to let the yellow flag fly with Keith Batson and Tanner Doobie, and not Tanner Doobie, but Daniel Day. And Keith, after the whole deal, drops back to 10th place. So, getting set for green flag action back here on lap number 19 of the event. We'll have now 12 laps to go. 18 laps are on the books out of this 30-lap event. Ryan Richards looking for his first ever Castrol GTX Cup Series victory. Can he hold them all off? We'll find out in 12 more laps. Green flag back in the air. We're underway. Oh, look at this. Coming out turn 2. This is not going to be pretty. Yep, Daniel Day just stuffed Charles Jackson in the wall. Big pile up. Joshua Osborne and Pete Chulin both getting jacked up. And we might not be done wrecking. And so all went well after without another wreck here. Oh gosh. Adrian Becker, Tim Feigl, Dalton Days crashed. Oh my gosh. That was the big one right there. And it all started with Daniel Day stuffing Charles Jackson into the wall, and that he did not, I say Charles didn't like that at all, and he actually stuffed Johnny Gardner as well. Gardner was in the meat and the sandwich at this point. Mike Becker, he was lucky to get by that one in the 43 car. Or I don't know if he did or not. Yes, he did. Yeah, Daniel drives into Johnny Gardner and stuffs Charles Jackson. Seth Cole did a good job, so did Jeremy Dibby, both avoiding the crash. But then Johnny Gardner gets hit from behind Stephanie Nauer. And then all you know what broke loose. And oh, there's where Joshua Osborne in the 4 and the 94, Pete Shue London got jacked up. Big time. And Joshua ends up on his side in the 4 car. There he is. And he's on his side and he lands back up on all 4s. And that vibrating, you can see Joshua trying to get his car to start back up. But, and drives away from the whole thing, amazingly enough, but that's 2 crashes now Osborne's been in today. Gonna make some interesting onboard views. First from Joshua Osborne's view. He's one of the ones that flipped out and flipped. This was on the restart. You heard Joshua having difficulty getting this car to start back up, and now mows the grass in New Hampshire. But now from Pichu London's view, watch what happens. So many cars getting damaged up in this whole deal. And just in time, we're just about getting back for green flag racing here at New Hampshire. Ryan Richards, he's been the dominant car the whole day at New Hampshire. As we will have 7 laps to go and get this race restarted. Dylan Young is in second. Mike Becker up to third. Seth Cole in fourth. And fifth is Jeremy Doobie. Gonna start finish line. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway. Can Ryan Richards hold them all up for 7 more laps? Dylan Young, he's hungry for a win. He's got a good start on Richards. Here he comes on the inside. Here comes Dylan Young. Dylan Young, Ryan Richards, side by side. Richards on the outside now. Young has a bite in turn number 3 in the inside. And Dylan Young is going to take the lead here at New Hampshire. And Ryan Richards ends up doing a little wall scraping, come out of turn 4. And back under yellow. And I say if it's Joshua Osborne one more time in this whole thing, I don't know. It might not have even been Osborne. I don't know. I was going to say, yep, it is. It was Osborne once again for the 3rd time here at New Hampshire. Let's see what happened this time. Charles Sanders, the one that got him into Osborne and sent him spinning around. Whew, Dougie Shears heads up driving. Just missed hitting Osborne. But now I wonder if there was any other crashing that happened in the front stretch. Aha, the whole thing happened on the restart. I see what happened now. I don't know if anything happened in turn number 4 on the coming in to start the white flag or I don't know, yellow flag or not, but I don't see why that brought out a yellow flag. I really don't. But the deal between Osborne and Sanford, and Charles Sanford, I don't know if it did or not. But I don't know why, but. That really should have been a no caution deal. That's just pace car lights are off here. We're going to get a green-white checkered here at New Hampshire. So if the yellow flag flies, this race is over with. Here, Dylan Young leads the race. He's starting to get his first win of the season. Second is Ryan Richards. Third, Mike Becker. Fourth, Seth Cole. Fifth, Cole Daly. The green flag wears 2 laps to go at New Hampshire. But Ryan Richards, he's hungry for a win. Here comes Richards on the inside of Dylan Young. And Mike Becker, he wants a win. Young and Richards side by side. Richards has the inside groove. Young gets a little loose in turn number 3. Here comes Ryan Richards. Here they come out of turn number 4. And oh! Young and Richards, they're bashing on each other. White flag is waved. And oh, Keith Benson and Charles Jackson crashed. Ryan Richards out in front. Here comes Dylan Young on the outside. Mike Becker, Cole Daly, Jasmine Acosta. They're all getting into it. Here they come up on corner number 4. They're 4 wide in turn number 4. Dylan Young holding that wall. Ryan Richards wins in New Hampshire. What a finish! Unbelievable! Never have we seen a final lap like that at New Hampshire before! As Kyle Petty always says, that's incredible. As Kyle Petty always says, oh, I tell you what, I thought Richards and Young were done in turn number 4 coming to the white flag. And I'm sure Mike Becker in the 43 and Seth Cole in 52, they were licking their chops. When this happened, Ryan Richards has run Dylan Young into the wall hard. Richards gets in and oh, he and Young, they bumped together like nothing. If that would have been a battle coming to checkers, that would have been awesome. But then Jeremy Diddy made it 4 wide in turn number 1. And then Seth Cole brake checks and it hits Keith Batson and hard into him. Well, goes he and... Yeah, hard into the wall goes both Keith Batson and Charles Jackson. Let's take a look at that again. And this was at the white flag. Now watch this. Yeah, Seth pushed up high and hits Keith Batson, and that sends him into Charles Jackson. Jackson spins around. Kyle Matthews crashes into him in the 29. And Stephanie Naylor, nowhere to go but into Kyle Matthews. And Andy Timmons, he crashes into him. Ty Sheets gets into it. Rohit Batterby's crashed. Dougie Shears has crashed. Just incredible. Sounding like freaking Kyle Petty here, but... And if that wasn't enough, they got into a 5-car shoving match coming out of turn number and down the backstretch. And then Dylan Young in the 2-car, who looked like he might possibly steal it away from Ryan Richards. Watch this. Cole Daly hits Mike Becker, and Becker punts Dylan Young hard in the wall, and Cole Daly crashes into them. And Seth Cole almost beat both Becker and Young to the start-finish line. He beat Mike Becker, but just barely almost beat Dylan Young. Young still held on to 3rd after the whole thing. Becker would come home 5th. Seth Cole come home 4th. In all this, Luke Walker would be 6th position. 7th was Tanner Doobie. 8th was Cole Daly. 9th, Chris Washer. And 10th was Zed Weinstein. as he barely edged out Jessica Shelton for the 10th spot. But in one of the best finishes this track has ever seen in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, Ryan Richards gets his first ever win in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. Average speed 68.966. Unbelievable. There, let's take you down to 11th or 20 on this one. We gave you the top 10 already. 11th was Jessica Shelton. 12th position was Jeremy Doobie. Cody Lamas 13th. Dylan Poteet 14th. 15th, Kyle Matthews. 16th, Joshua Michaels. 17th, Nick Baxter. 18th, Leia Walker, matching her car number. Johnny Gardner, 19th, and Chris Darton comes home in 20th. I swear to gosh. And there's the rest of the finishing order. Unbelievable finish to New Hampshire. That's going to be a race that's going to be talked about for a long time in this series. Cars out of the race: Pichu, London, Adrian Becker, Tim Feigl, John Lena because of a fuel leak, and Jack Richards, but all the other 4 out because of crashes. But Ryan Richards, what a way to get his first ever win into a shoving match at the white flag, and then come up a winner here today. Car number 75, the Valvoline Pontiac. And here's your points as they are right now after 19 races. And once again, we have a tie for the lead between Mike Becker and Seth Cole for the championship. Both at 2,462 points. Zed Weinstein's third, 159 back. Joshua Osborne drops to 4th, matching his car number. Keith Batson, 5th. 6th is Nick Baxter. 7th is Chris Washer. Pichu, London, Jessica Shelton, and Dylan Young, the top 10. And for Ryan Richards, his win moves him up to 18th in the points chase, so Richards actually wasn't as far down as I thought. Jack Richards is 20th, no relation to Ryan. And then on down, Rohit Baderby now dead last in the points. He's not having a good season as opposed to his last season, but... So after that wild and wacky New Hampshire finish, we go to Pocono for the Mr. Excitement 400. Don't miss it.